I think everyone who's ever played MMORPG has a favorite hero, class, or gameplay style, and I definitely have mine, Shaman. I love the nature vibe, I love healing, and I love having pets. Today I want to cover the Shaman hero Corepunk. I've been playing this hero since the alphas, and in this video I want to show its best side, versatility. I'm going to show you 6 builds, 6 different ways to play. Honestly, I believe there can be more than 6, but many of them will be variations of this main 6. So, let's start. One important message from the start. I'm not going to describe every single piece of gear in every build. I want to briefly showcase each build, highlight the mechanics that make it shine, and explain what value it brings to you and to your teammates. Also, my builds may not be perfect. I'm still learning too, and I may still not understand some things. But I want to share different Shaman specifics and encourage you to experiment and build your character your own way. You definitely don't have to repeat exactly what I'm doing. First build is melee DPS. Shaman melee DPS build is based on one Corepunk specific detail. While most classes have an attack speed cap of 2.5, Shaman and Infiltrator have a 3.5 cap. This encourages us to build DPS around attack speed. First important part, Knuckles. They have great base attack speed. In my case, these are Steam Blitzers. On top of that, we insert attack speed chips into the weapon. We can also support our attack speed with the main chips like Overdrive Annihilator or Heartbeat Engine, and that opens up burst damage opportunities. Second important part, Hunter passive talent tree. It passively gives us 10% attack speed and even more depending on the talents we choose inside this tree. Third important part. Yes, we have a 3.5 cap, but there are ways to remove this cap and go even higher. The first way is upgrading Accelerated Assault to level 3 in the Master Talent tree. It removes the attack speed cap for the next 4 auto attacks and for 3 seconds afterwards. The second way is Surge of Speed in the Hunter tree. If you upgrade it to level 5 and meet the conditions, it can remove the attack speed for 10 seconds. If you plan to PvP with this build, you should definitely look at Spirit Fusion upgraded to level 3. Having this talent, either in your main Knuckles or in a secondary set, gives strong control. You slow enemies significantly every 10 seconds. Some runes can also help you catch opponents in PvP better, like Bolus, which requires Hunter Tree and 150 attack power. Since we are fighting in mid range, I prefer to insert Troll Boss head inside my artifacts, but this is optional. Choose whatever head you prefer. I can also highlight these artifacts because they shine with high attack speed. Regarding stats, main stats up to you, more tanky or more DPS. Secondary stats, physical crit chance and crit power, armor penetration and tenacity for PvP. Next build is ranged magic DPS. Your main source of damage is the E skill Lightning Strike, which you can cast almost without cooldown with Spirit Fusion plus dual lightning talents. This build is very demanding in terms of gear. The reason is simple, mana cost increases by 10% with each consecutive Lightning Strike. If you want stable DPS over time, we must solve the mana problem. There are a few tools for that. The most important one is Mana Siphon in the Mage tree. You must upgrade it to level 5. The more damage you deal with Lightning Strike, the more money you get back. Moonlight Gauntlets. They have a great passive with the same idea, returning mana based on damage dealt, and if you equip 2 of them, you get 7.5% mana regeneration based on damage after a critical hit. Since we are investing into damage but still trying to be sustainable, we also want to boost damage through Mastery talents. 2 strong options. Chain Lightning to level 3 for multiple targets. Molten Comet to level 3 for single target. I also recommend inserting haste chips into your Moonlight Gauntlets. Faster casting means more DPS over time. For the head, Werewolf's Red Head can improve mana sustainability a bit, so why not? This build works well for both PvE and PvP. Main stat is spell power, but remember, spell power is useless if you die to a boss skill or 2 hits in PvP, so find your balance. Secondary stats, magic crit chance and crit power, magic penetration, haste points, and possibly resource cost reduction. Before we get to my favorite build, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like the video. We are on our way to 1k subs and your support will help me reach this goal. Third build is my favorite, because I like to heal. With the same Spirit Fusion talent, in water stance your lightning strike turns into chain heal, and you can cast it almost without cooldown thanks to dual lightning. You can also place a totem in water stance that provides steady healing every second. Compared to lightning strike DPS build, this one is not demanding at all. You don't have to upgrade anything in mastery or passive trees just to make it work. But I strongly recommend Moonlight Gauntlets again. Their passive works not only for damage, but also for healing, so you became more sustainable with mana. Same for haste chips, while you cast chain heal, you are vulnerable, so casting faster is not only more healing, it's also more survivability. In mastery, Totemic Empowerment is great. By default it removes one negative effect from the group when you place the totem. At level 3 it can remove 4 negative effects, which can be extremely powerful in certain situations. For the rest, you can amplify your party with support passive tree, or be more sustainable in PvP with tank tree, or increase healing with assassin tree. There are also great rune options like Mana Mark to help your party sustain resources. For the head, I prefer Trolls 1 because healers in PvP are target number 1. Regarding artifacts, these shine in healing build. Secondary stats are similar to Lightning Strike, Magic Crit and Crit Power, Ability Haste and Tenacity for PvP. The fourth build is lazy one for solo PvE. You place the fire totem and run around the enemies, waiting for the totem to kill them. Totem damage is magic, so we look for the same stats as previous builds, spell power main stat and magic focused secondary stats. You don't need to upgrade anything, but don't forget Totemic Empowerment. In water stance it removes debuffs, in fire stance it attacks 2 targets instead of the default single target. If you want to upgrade something, go for Totemic Empowerment, for packs, Extended Totem, for 1 or 2 targets. Passive talents, take what you like. I took these ones. Fifth build is also about totems, but here you spam them. This build may be the most powerful DPS in the entire game, or at least one of the most powerful, and it's extremely valuable in PvE. So the important details. First, there is one item without which it won't work. Attack speed chips inside your Moonlight Gauntlet. Why? Simple. Once you accumulate 5 passive stacks, you can place a totem, so we want to build stacks as fast as possible with attack speed. And then we place totem after totem every time we hit 5 stacks. Second, Shaman itself can deal a huge amount of damage here. The power comes from Elemental Synergy talent. You don't even have to upgrade it. Just taking it makes your auto attack scale with spell power, and in fire stance you also get an on ability hit effect, which is extremely powerful with an artifact like Scorch Sentry. This is a recent change to the on ability hit mechanic, and you won't find it in the in-game description yet. There are also other artifacts we can benefit from a lot because we are constantly auto-attacking. Regarding the head, same werewolf red as in Lightning Strike build, for the same reason. It works well with on ability hit mechanic. Stats, spell power, magic crit chance and crit power, and magic penetration. Last but not least, Shaman tank build. This one is more experimental for now. In PvE it won't fully work until the aggro generation system works as it should, but it performs well in PvP and I hope it will also work in PvE once aggro issues are fixed. Main stats are simple: health, armor, magic resist. We may not even care about secondary stats at all. In Master Tree, a few upgrades to level 3 are worth it. A more defensive one is Elemental Synergy. When upgraded, it gives 20% reduction to incoming main attack damage in Earth stance. If you want more control in PvP, Spirit Fusion, like in melee DPS, gives strong souls. Totemic Empowerment at level 3 can root enemies for 2 seconds when you place totem, and soul them by 40% as long as they stay in the totem area. And don't forget, our Q skill already provides great control. You can improve control even more with Battle Cry rune to force enemies to attack you, but there are other great runes too. This build is also good for amplifying your party if you take support passive tree. As for heads, trolls 1 for sure to reduce incoming damage even more. So yeah, tanky Shaman may not be the best tank in the game, but it works and it's fun. And these were my 6 builds for Shaman. Shaman gives you the opportunity to play the same type of content again and again, but still feel it differently just by changing builds. For this, I appreciate the developers, they made a truly versatile hero. A lot can change about these builds once you watch the video. As always, I'll try to update all important info about the topic in the pinned comment. And I want to invite other experienced shamans, criticize my builds, share yours, and help make this hero more clear for everyone. If you have questions about any build or gear, feel free to ask in the comments, or you can find me in-game playing Shaman. Likes, dislikes, subscribe if you still haven't, I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next video.